next to me. Take your finger out of your mouth. Be a grown up. Shh. See, don't knock.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we all rise in honor of the bride. This is a very special occasion. I'm joining Naomi and Charles in the union of marriage. Charles, may I receive your bride? Stand shoulder to shoulder in front. Now the two of you have each had separate paths that led you to this very moment. And that's what the unity candle will represent later on in the ceremony. How your two individual lives will now become one through marriage. In the presence of friends and family as witnesses. Charles and Naomi, I'll have the two of you turn and face each other. I'll take your bouquet. Now if there's a few things that I hope would carry along its way with the two of you throughout your marriage, it would be for you both to always be willing to listen, learn, and to love. Thank you, and you may be seated. And by that I simply mean for you both to always be willing to listen to one another. What it is that they have to offer, and what makes them feel whole and complete and part of this relationship. Because after all, they just may be the voice of reason. And secondly, is the ability to learn. Always be willing to learn whatever it takes to help the other fulfill every desire, every wish, every dream and goal that they may have. And lastly, but most importantly, is the ability to love. To love one another unconditionally, which means no strings attached. It's an ongoing love. And this is the type of love that I hope the two of you would wish to express to one another each and every day. Keeping in mind, Charles, that Naomi's happiness will always be far more important than your own. And also, Naomi, that Charles's happiness will be more important than yours. And the reason for that is, with that in your minds and in your hearts, I have no doubt that your lives together will be everything that you want it to be. So with that said, sir, I'll ask you first. With your presence here today, alongside Naomi, do you take her as your wife and promising to love, honor, cherish, and respecting her always, allowing nothing or no one to ever come between the two of you? Do you take her as your wife?
I do.
And Naomi, I'll ask you the same. With your presence here today, alongside Charles, do you take him as your husband and promising to love, honor, cherish, and respecting him always, allowing nothing or no one to ever come between the two of you? Do you take him as your husband?
I do.
Thank you. And if I could have the two of you hold each other's hands. Now, as you glance into each other's eyes, you will see the very reason of what brought you here tonight, proving that at this moment, there is no one more important than who stands before you. So, Charles, as you look into her eyes, I'll have you repeat your vows. I, Charles, take you, Naomi.
I, Charles, take you, Naomi,
To be my wife.
to be my wife.
I will always be there for you.
I will always be there for you,
Through the good times and the bad.
through the good and the bad,
Whether we are rich or poor.
whether we're rich or poor,
In sickness and in health.
sickness and in health,
through laughter and tears.
through laughter and tears.
I will love and cherish you.
I will love and cherish you.
I give you my pledge.
I give you my pledge.
And Naomi, as you look into his eyes, I'll have you repeat your vows. I, Naomi, take you, Charles,
I, Naomi, take you, Charles,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I will always stand beside you
I will always stand beside you
through success and misfortune,
through success and misfortune,
through the joys and sorrows of life,
and sorrows of life,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
through laughter and tears.
through laughter and tears.
I will love and cherish you.
I will love and cherish you.
I give you my pledge.
I give you my pledge.
Thank you. Now the rings that the two of you will soon be exchanging, they're not only tokens, but symbols of the very love and devotion that the two of you are expressing here today. And my hope is that in each and every day, with the two of you wearing those rings, may they constantly remind you of that promise and pledge that you have just made to one another. And in time, the rings themselves may lose beauty, but I hope that the two of you would not only value, but take honor in wearing those rings for what they truly represent. And through your friends and family, the beauty will shine through you both, and the two of you will always remain a wonderful example to all. So Charles, I'll ask you to take Naomi's ring. And as you place the ring upon her ring finger, if you would please repeat, with this ring,
With this ring,
I seal my promise
I seal my promise
to be your faithful and loving husband.
to be your faithful and loving husband.
And I am so honored
And I am so honored
to call you my wife.
to call you my wife.
And Naomi, as you take Charles' ring, as you place it upon his ring finger, if you would please repeat, with this ring,
With this ring,
I seal my promise
I seal my promise
to be your faithful and loving wife.
to be a faithful and loving wife.
And I am so honored
And I am so honored
to call you my husband.
to call you my husband.
And at this time, if I could have the two of you step over to the unity candle. And as I mentioned earlier, the two of you have each had your own path that led you to this very moment. And it's the individually lit tapers that are representing your individual lives. And in lighting the center candle, you will not only be uniting yourselves, but that of your families as well. So I'll ask you to take a hold of your individual taper, and if you could light the center candle at the same time, which is also symbolizing the creation of a new journey with new memories. And once lit, I'll ask for the two of you to turn and blow out your individual taper. Thank you. Place it down. And I'm going to invite you guys back in front. Now, if you love someone, you'll be loyal to them no matter what the cost. You will always stand beside them. You will always love and trust them. And you will stand your ground in defending them no matter what. Now, there's a short saying that I like to leave with the two of you. And it simply says, don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. But walk beside me as a friend. Because after all, throughout your journey together in marriage, that is what the two of you will be constantly building on. Is a deeper, richer, stronger friendship built upon the foundation, your wonderful relationship that the two of you already have. And I also hope that the two of you will not only love each other for who they are, but for what they are also helping to make of you. So it certainly has been a joy to be part of this celebration with you both. And the 15th of December, a day that will now mark your anniversary. in the presence of friends and family, as witnesses. The two of you have each showed your intentions for the exchanging of your vows and the exchanging of your rings. Therefore, with the authority vested in me by the state of Nevada, it is my honor and my privilege to now be able to pronounce you as husband and wife. Charles, you may now kiss your wife, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now have their first dance.
We got chips. You used to kiss me like that? I wish it was me dancing with you. I'm probably shocked.
You had your shot.
At least we got Naomi left.
Yeah. She's smiling.
Why were you on that side?
She could see you.
Naomi, your bouquet. Of the two of you, turn and face your guests. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Capani, the newlyweds. Congratulations. Charles, you may now walk your wife down the aisle.
Catch you, please. See you next week.